Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Amaira and Arman, for the nice, wonderful kirtan. So, His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu is here. It's our great honor and privilege to have Prabhu here. There is some echo. Hari Bol. Just mute that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So it's our great honor to have His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu and Her Grace Vasumati Mataji. We are really privileged, and this is a very rare opportunity. I have been, ever since I know Prabhu, I have been intensely desiring to host Prabhu's class, and I've been requesting each and every host, whoever is coordinating, to kind of give this opportunity. But finally, Sachindra Krishna Prabhu, with his blessings, I got this opportunity. And it is said, Bhavadbida Bhagavatas Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Swantastena Gadabhrata. Right? We don't have to go to the holy places to take a dip. Of course, that is also there. We can get purified. But pure devotees, when they walk, all the tirthas, all the holy rivers, everything is in the lotus feet, in their lotus feet. So wherever they put their feet, it's our great fortune. So let's immerse. And this is said by Yudhishthir Maharaj when Vidura came to his palace. So thank you so much, Prabhu. And we request you each time you come to the Bay Area, keep the Bay Area in your orbit, and then keep our home also in your orbit, so that we get the continuous blessings of you and Mataji. So that way we get purified and nourished, and that will keep us alive in our Krishna consciousness for the rest of the year again when you come. So thank you so much, Prabhu. With let's welcome Prabhu and Mataji by saying Hari Bol like our ISV style. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद शुल प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra Jaya Gora Hare. Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra Jaya Nitai Gora Chandra Jaya Gora Hare. Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam. Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada Jaya 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 Gurudev 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 Jai Gurudev. Shri Shri Guru Nitai Gaur Premanande Srila Prabhupada की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से गो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे. Yeah. Hare Krishna. So there was an introduction given by Achyut Kumar Prabhu, but that introduction was incomplete because he didn't mention that I am his friend. All right. So Prabhuji, that introduction was incomplete. You didn't mention I am your friend. Huh? So I'm very grateful, Prabhu, to be here. Thank you so much, Achyut Kumar Prabhu. and Divya Kumari Mataji. Yes. And the two wonderful kids at home. Their names are uh, Avnish, Aradhya. So wonderful family, dear devotees. I'm very honored to be invited here for speaking something on the joyous waves of Srila Rupa Goswami's poetry. But na griham griham ityahur grihini griham uchyate. Actually, a home is not a home unless there is a lady who takes care of the home. Otherwise, it turns into a bachelor's hostel. We all know how that is, you know. So this home is beautiful because there is the touch of a Vaishnavi in this home, and that Vaishnavi is Divya Kumari Mataji. So it is because of her that we have this home, which is so nice and beautiful. His name is outside the door. That is okay. That his domain ends there. All right. Once you are inside the door, then Mataji's domain begins. So we know that, we have to first and foremost pray to Mataji that, so that Mataji is pleased and she's kindly invited all of us. Prabhuji quoted a verse, Bhava Vida, Bhagavata. That's okay, but I will quote a verse. All right, huh? Because for a verse, you have to quote a verse in reply. Okay, huh? So in a typical Indian wedding, different people come for different purposes. Okay, there's a nice verse. Huh? I will speak the verse. Now you have to hear the verse and repeat after me. Okay? कन्या वरयते रूपम माता वित्तम पिता श्रुतम बांधवः कुलमिच्छन्ति मिष्टान्नमितरे जनाः. So in a typical Indian wedding, different people have different motivations. Kanya varayate rupam. Usually the girl wants a smart husband, good looking. But her mother is more mature. She understands. Huh? Mata vittam. Her mother wants that her son-in-law should earn well. Pita shrutam. And the father wants that my son-in-law should be well educated and qualified, because I have to sit in the society and I have to tell people, my son-in-law is graduate from Harvard University. Huh? Bandhava kulam icchanti. All the other relatives, they want to have, all the other relatives, they want to have a good family, because we want to get connected to a good family. And the devotees, most importantly, please listen. Mishtannam itare jana. Everybody else, they just want good sweets in the marriage. So now you know why I'm here for the program. Okay, yeah? I heard there was nice prasadam being cooked. Huh? Somebody told me there's nice prasadam being cooked. You just have to come and give a talk and then you can have nice prasadam. I said, why not? Huh? So I will come and give a nice talk, but I'll get good prasadam, right? Huh? So it's worth it. Okay. So that is why I'm here. Huh? This nice prasadam. Sri Jiva Goswami says in Gopal Champu, grihasthas who open the doors of their homes for conducting programs are like the roses of Sri Vrindavan. Because roses are roses everywhere in the world, but the roses of Sri Vrindavan have a distinct quality about them. Who knows what is the quality? Yes. The fragrance, the aroma of the roses is such you can even, experience it from a distance. So Sri Jiva Goswami says the aroma of the roses of Vrindavan is such. Usually a bumblebee who doesn't, who's passing over Vrindavan won't stop over. But just because of the aroma of the roses, the bumblebee decides to make a stopover in Vrindavan and stays there forever. So similarly, the grihasthas are like that. They conduct programs and they cook nice prasadam and they open the doors of their home. There's nice aroma coming. And people like me who are bumblebees, just roaming here and there, huh? We experience the aroma and then we decide to come and stay here. All right. But this is the reason why I'm here. I'm so thankful, Achyut Kumar Prabhu, Divya Kumari Mataji, that you've kindly organized the program at your home. I'm very grateful. And there are so many devotees here who are my near and dear friends. I think I'll have to name each and everybody. Each and everybody in the audience I can, name and thank. But I'm thankful to each and every one of you who has kindly come. And dear devotees, today I'll be speaking something from Sri Rupa Goswami's poetry. So today we have to experience something called as Shikharini. You know what is Shikharini? No. Hmm. So today I'll introduce what is Shikarini. Okay? And then we will try to relish some Shikarinis today. Okay, so first and foremost, I'll introduce the concept of Shikarini, and then we will see what is Shikarini, and then today I'll try to serve out some Shikarini. Okay? And this will continue tomorrow. If you feel intoxicated today, make sure you come tomorrow also. Okay? The madman is serving Shikarini. All right? Okay? That is how you should take the program. Chalo. I'm very thankful also to my dear friend Sachindra Krishna Prabhu who kindly, arranged the invitation here so that I could come here and speak. I'm very grateful to him that he kind of no, don't be embarrassed. I'm a good. So, uh, we'll make sure he's embarrassed in every program. All right. And he's assisted by his good wife, Dan Kelly Chintamani Mataji. Yes. And thank you, Mataji, so much. Actually, it's her home, but I give. Uh, So thank you so much. And thank you to all the wonderful devotees who are present here. So there's so many devotees are here. There's a good possibility and that, some children may make noise, somebody's mobile phone may go off or something may happen. Okay? So there's a lot of possibility for obstacles. So how do we remove obstacles? By performing Mangalacharan. Okay? The Acharyas knew that people in the future will have many obstacles in conducting a good program. Acharyas knew even after being told, some people will not keep their mobile phone on silent mode. Okay? So Acharyas decided what to do. Better let them at least pray to Bhagwan that, there should be no obstacles. And how do we do that? By performing Mangalacharan. Most of us know these verses. You can kindly sing along with me. All right, let's begin Mangalacharan. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले सोऽयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे शिल प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि So dear devotees, I'd like to welcome all of you. Dear devotees, all the verses will be shown on the screen. It is Vaishnav culture to glorify the audience. Without glorifying the audience, no successful endeavor in Vaishnavism can begin. The audience is most important for the success of the program. It is Vaishnav tradition to glorify the audience. So I cannot begin without glorifying the audience. All of you are present here. as the most important element of success of the program, and that is the Shrota. And not only Shrota, the audience, Sahriday Shrota, like-minded audience. So dear devotees, all of you are kindly present here. You are giving me the most important resource of your life, that is your time. I'm very thankful to all of you. But simply by saying thanks, it will not be enough. I have to specify thanks through a verse composed by Sri Rupa Goswami. So Sri Rupa Goswami has composed a verse for all of you. This is a verse for all of you, dear devotees. Sri Rupa Goswami asks all of you to kindly visualize an ocean, dear devotees, in your heart, because he is going to speak something about the ocean, and he composes a brilliant verse in the meter Shikharini. This verse is in front of you. I will try to sing the verse. The meter is same as Jagannath Ashtakam. I will try to sing it. Please repeat after me. गभीरोऽप्यश्रान्तं दुरधिगमपारोऽपि नितराम् दिग अहार्यां मर्यादां दददपि हरेरास्पदमपि सदां स्तोमः प्रेमण्युदयति समग्रे स्थगयितुम् विकारं न स्फारं जलनिधिरिवेन्दौ प्रभवति The meter is Shikharini. The name of the meter should fit in the meter. This is a rule in Sanskrit language, right? So Shikharini is the meter. Sri Rupa Goswami says, dear devotees, I am drawing an image of an ocean. Please tell me if all the elements are present in the ocean or not. All right, I will list all the elements one by one. Gabhiro, the ocean is very deep. Yes or no? Yes. Ashrantam, the ocean is turbulent from time to time. Yes. Duradhigama paro, it is difficult to reach the other end of the ocean. Am I correct? Nitaram aharyam maryadam, although the ocean is so big, it usually maintains a fixed border and never crosses over the border. Usually doesn't cross over. Is it correct? Yes. Hare Spadamapi, and the ocean is a resting place of Sri Hari. Bhagavan Vishnu resides in the ocean. Yes or no? Yes. But Udayati Samagre Sthagayitum, dear devotees, the ocean usually maintains its boundaries. But when the full moon arises over the surface of the ocean, this ocean is often unable to maintain its fixed boundaries. It swells and crosses over its boundaries. Does everybody agree? Yes. Are? This was not a description of the ocean. This is a description of the hearts of all of you Vaishnavas. Gabhiro, the hearts of the Vaishnavas are very deep. Yes or no? Don't be shy. Huh? Say about all the other. Huh? Now we don't need shyness. The hearts of the Vaishnavas are deep. Yes or no? Yes. Ashrantam, but they are turbulent because of separation from Sri Krishna. Yes or no? Duradhigama paro. It is difficult to reach the other end of the heart of a Vaishnava. We don't know what they are thinking about. Yes. Nitaram aharyam maryadam dadhadapi. The hearts of the Vaishnavas are maintaining fixed boundaries of Vaidhi Bhakti. Usually, they maintain the boundaries of Maryada, Vaidhi Bhakti. Everybody agrees? Hare Raspadamapi. And the hearts of the Vaishnavas are residing places of Sri Hari. Yes. Usually they don't cross over their boundaries of Vaidhi Bhakti, but when the full moon like Sri Krishna Chandra arises within their hearts, dear devotees, these hearts are unable to maintain their boundaries. These hearts break their boundaries and sometimes overflow, and this overflow comes out in the form of tears, etc. Everybody agrees? This, dear devotees, is all of you. Welcome to the program, dear devotees. Thank you so much for kindly being here. So this, dear devotees, is a description of all of you. I am so fortunate that I have a Vaishnava audience. I could have gone to the university and spoken in front of the professors who sit like this. That audience I don't want. Huh? Arasikesh kavitva nivedanam shirasi malika malika malika. Are don't write on my forehead the ill fortune of speaking poetry in front of arasikas. I want rasikas in this. And there's a Mataji, her name is Rasik Shiromani. What is the meaning of that, Mataji? Huh? 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 So something must have rubbed on the servant, right? Huh? Huh? So welcome, dear devotees. I'm so happy to be here. Dear devotees, today I'm going to serve some Shikharani drink to all of you. What is Shikharani? Shikharani is the name of the meter, which we just sang. Sri Rupa Goswami, in his Vidagdha Madhav Natakam, introduces the concept of Shikharani. So Shikharani basically is a term derived from ancient India. There is a drink called as, today it is called as Shrikhand. Ah, so how many of us know what is Shrikhand? You know, all of us know what is Shrikhand. Chalo, haan. We preserved the tradition. All right. So previously it has a Sanskrit name. What is the Sanskrit name of Shrikhand? Shikharani. So you can see on the screen, that is what Shikharani is. And previously Shikharani was made by, nowadays you put it in the refrigerator to cool it. Huh? Previously you used to add camphor in it to make it cooling. So Sri Rupa Goswami composes a verse which describes Shikharani in the meter Shikharani. So I'll try to sing the verse. This is from Vidagdha Madhav Natak. This is the introduction verse of Vidagdha Madhav Natak. I'll sing it. Same meter as the previous verse. Please repeat after me. Sudhanam chandrenamapi madhure monmadadamane. Dadhana radha pranaya ghana sarai surabhitam. Samanta santa podgama vishama samsara sarane. Samsara sarane. Pranitam te drishnam haratu hari lila shikharine. Shikharine. Name of the meter at the end of the verse, right? But Shikharine also has another meaning. What is the meaning of Shikharine? Shrikhand, it's on the screen. Huh? Shikharani is Shrikhand. Dear devotees, Sri Rupa Goswami describes the qualities of Shikharani, Shrikhand. Sudhanam chandrinam api madhurima unmad damani. Sudha, nectar, it has unmad, it has, great pride in itself. I am very sweet. Chandrinam, the nectar from the moon also has pride that I am very sweet. But their pride will be suppressed by somebody. Who will suppress this pride? Shikharini. Acha, this Shikharini is so sweet. I guarantee you. This is not ordinary Shikharini. Dadhana, why? This Shikharini is carrying something. Radhadhi pranaya ghana sarai surabhitam. This Shikharni is carrying the Surabhita, the aroma of the Ghanasar, of the camphor, of the pastimes of Sri Radha within it, dear devotees. We are confident of its effectiveness because the pastimes of Sri Radha, which are like Ghanasar, camphor, are present in it. Camphor gives two things, fragrance and a cooling effect. Samantat santapodgama vishama samsar sarani. Dear devotees, all of you have been walking for a long, long time on the heated path of the material world. And all of you must be very, very tired because of walking for a long time on this heated part of the material world. How many of you feel tired in the material world walking on this long path? Acha, acha, no problem. Huh? Pranitam te trishnam. Let your thirst be finally quenched by Hari Leela Shikharini. I am giving you the Shrikhand of Shri Krishna Leela mixed with the camphor of Sri Radha's sweetness. Dear devotees, guaranteed your hearts will be pacified after listening to Hari Leela Shikharini. But are you willing to drink? Yes. No, 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 no. Ah, that's what is needed, dear devotee. Be a Gaudiya Vaishnava and say yes. So this is the translation. I'd like somebody who's expert in reading out loudly to read it out. So I have my friend and fellow troublemaker, Shastra Sar Prabhuji. Huh? So please read the translation, Prabhuji.
The Shikharini drink of Sri Hari's pastimes is capable of defeating the joyous sweetness of the moon's nectar. It is also fragrant due to the cooling camphor of Sri Radha's love. May this Shikharini drink drive away all of your thirst caused by walking on the difficult, troublesome pathways of the material world.
So yes, so Prabhu, you read all the translations. Okay, wonderful. So dear devotees, one by one, Sri Rupa Goswami is going to present Shikharini's. Dear devotees, let's go to Dwarka. Because in Dwarka, something happened. Our Bhagavan Shri Krishna, he had a wonderful plan while he was staying in Vrindavan. He was a village boy in Vrindavan. Huh? He grew up in the village. And suddenly he decided he had a very intelligent plan ki I will leave the village and I will go and become the king of Mathura. And while going on the chariot of Akrura from Vrindavan to Mathura, he lied through his teeth. And what was the lie that he spoke? I will come back. So at that point of time, the gopis knew that this person is lying through his teeth. But still, because his happiness was in going to Mathura and the gopis want only his happiness. So they said, all right, you go. Although they knew that he will not come back. And he was very happy. Now I will become the king, a city person, refined life, villagers, better to live in the city. So he moved to Mathura. After moving to Mathura, at least the Vrajavasis could hear some of his news because Mathura is nearby. Then he decided the next intelligent plan was to move further away. And where was that? Dwarka. Now no news will come. And he's thinking, oh, Vrajavasis will lament in separation from me. I will hear that they are lamenting in separation from me. I'll be happy. See what importance I have in their lives. But dear devotees, he forgot that in love, one person doesn't cry. In love, how many people have to cry? How many of us have fallen in love here? See, we are all devotees. We don't fall in. Huh? Those things are not for us. Huh? I'll help you. Okay? Huh? How many have fallen in love here? Still they are hesitant. How many have fallen in love with their children? Please raise your hand. Ah, re. अच्छा ठीक है अच्छा in love has one person cried or both people have cried? Tell me. Huh? Oh, see, the voice of experience speaks. है क्या ना? In love, both people have to cry. So our Bhagavan was thinking that they will cry, I will be happy with the refined people of Dwarka. But unfortunately, he terribly missed his time in Vrindavan. Dear devotees, he always remembered the simple love that he used to experience in Sri Vrindavan. Love that he will never have amongst the refined and polished queens of Sri Dwarka. In Dwarka, he ended up marrying 16,100 wives. And these wives he did not select on his own. Because of one incident, he got married simultaneously to 16,000 wives. Does anybody know which incident was that which caused 16,000 princesses to be married to him simultaneously? Bhaumasur had captured these 16,000 princesses from all around India. And then Bhaumasur was killed by Sri Krishna, but these princesses would not be accepted back in their kingdom because of fear of social rejection. So they approached Sri Krishna and Krishna said, all right, I'll marry all of you. Theek hai. See, there is a possibility that before these queens were captured by Bhaumasur, many of them might have had some love interest in their lives. But circumstances forced them to marry one person. Which person was that? Krishna. All right. Dear devotees, but amongst all the queens, there is one queen who is very special because Sri Krishna was the first love of her life. And which queen was that, dear devotees? Rukmini. Rukmini was Krishna's first love of life. That we agree. But was Rukmini Krishna's first love of life? Who was Krishna's first love of life? Array, she was left long behind in Sri Vrindavan. Nobody acknowledged that love, dear devotees. Nobody acknowledged that love. That love was never acknowledged. And Sri Krishna cannot openly acknowledge it in front of the Dwarakavasis because people will think this king is still crying for those villagers, even though he has such nice and polished relatives. In Dwaraka, when he got married, dear devotees, all the 16,100 wives, they were given 16,100 separate palaces by him. How many palaces did our Bhagavan give to the gopis of Raja? At least one small home, apartment? No, nothing. He called all of them in the dead of the night, in the middle of the forest, by playing the flute. And after they all of them came, suddenly he's pretending, Are, what happened? Huh? I was just playing the flute. Why did you come here? Go back. So, dear devotees, this is the cruelty with which he has dealt with the residents of Vrindavan. Now, please tell me, does such a person deserve to cry in Dwarka? Yes or no? Some of you have the confidence of a Gaudiya Vaishnava to take sides with the Vrajavasis. Huh? A Gaudiya Vaishnava is somebody who takes sides with the Vrajavasis. When it comes to a conflict between Krishna and Vrajavasis, the Gaudiya Vaishnava will take sides with whom? Vrajavasis. Achha, should this person cry in Dwarka? Yes or no? Yeah, that is what is needed. Okay? Huh? Because the Vrajavasi should also hear na, that this person is suffering in lamentation. We told you not to go. Whose mistake was it to leave Vrindavan? Huh? Whose choice was it to leave Vrindavan? It was your choice. You left Sri Vrindavan. So, dear devotees, in Dwarka, something took place. Sri Rupa Goswami describes in Padyavali. This verse is in the meter Manda Kranta. I will try to sing. Please repeat after me. Ratna Chaya Churita Jaladhau Mandire Dwarakaya. रुक्मिण्यापि प्रबलपुलकोद्भेदमालिङ्गितस्य विश्वं पायान्मसृण यमुना तीरवाणीरकुञ्जे राधा केली परिमलभर ध्यानमूर्छा मुरारे. Dear devotees, Sri Rupa Goswami describes the scene of Dwaraka. Ratna Chaya Churita Jaladhav. On the banks of the ocean, there are big palaces, and he is sitting in one of the palace. The palace is such that the jewels embedded on the palace are reflecting on the ocean. The devotees, Ratna Chaya, Churita Jaladav. The ocean is reflecting the radiance of the jewels embedded on the palace. Mandire, this is the palace. Where? Dwarakaya. In which city? Dwaraka. Dwaraka's palace. Sri Krishna is looking outside the window, looking at the ocean at the distance. Suddenly something happens. Rukminyapi. He knows this is Rukmini's palace. Suddenly Rukmini decides to do something on that day which he doesn't expect to be done. Because Rukmini is usually very simple in her dealings. She will come with the plate of, food at night. This is plate of food. Yes, very nice. She is Dakshin Swabhav, very simple. Usually she doesn't play any tricks on Shri Krishna. This particular day she decides to play a small trick on Shri Krishna. Suddenly she comes from behind Krishna and suddenly embraces him. This is something which our Bhagavan is not expecting from Rukmini, dear devotees, because she's very simple hearted. She doesn't know how to play games. He plays those tricks with her, huh? But she doesn't know how to play tricks with him. Suddenly, our Bhagavan, something happens. Pulakod bhedam alingitasya. Suddenly, his hair stand on end, dear devotees, at that point of time. Vishwam payan. Masrana Yamuna tira vanira kunje. Suddenly, he feels, am I at the bank of Yamuna? Because this behavior was not expected. Am I on the banks of Yamuna? And because of his extreme ecstasy at that particular point of time, dear devotees, our Bhagavan faints right there, dear devotees, in Dwaraka. Can you see the condition of this particular person in Dwaraka? Why did this happen? Rupa Goswami says, Radha Keli Parimala Bharat Dhyana Murcha. Dhyana Murcha. He fainted because of meditating on. Suddenly he thought, this must not be Rukmini. This cannot be. Who is it, dear devotees? Sri Radha. But it was not Sri Radha actually. Who was it? Rukmini Devi. This is the condition of a person who has left the Vrajavasis. All we can do is feel pity in our heart, dear devotees, that he cannot come to Vrindavan and Vrajavasis cannot come to Dwaraka. The Vrajavasis, if they come to Dwaraka, who will entertain the villagers? And who will listen to their claims that we are dear most to Krishna? And now he is married to 16,000 queens and they're all polished and refined in their habits. But does our Bhagavan want polished and refined love, or does he want that unpolished and unrefined, confident love of the Vrajavasis? What does our Bhagavan want? Dear devotees, since the day he left Vrindavan, this person has not picked up the flute. Can you imagine? His favorite pastime in Vrindavan, his favorite hobby was to play the flute. Since the day he left Vrindavan, he has not picked up the flute. How many years have passed? He cannot go and herd the cows. People will make fun of him. Today the milk comes on the plate. Previously he used to go, to the cows and derive his own milk from the cows. Today those days are gone. If people come to know that this person is crying for the Vrajavasis, there are so many people in Dwarka who are unfavorable to him. Satrajit is one of them. One of the days we will discuss about Satrajit. And many spies are there who will convey this message to all the people who are envious of him. But this person is still wants to play the flute. Then all the enemies will make fun. Actually, this person is not a king truly. Even today, he is a cowherd. He is not fit to be a king. That is what Rukmi, etc. they want to hear. Shishupal, Rukmi, etc. they want to hear this. So dear devotees, he is in a very difficult position in Dwarka. And something should be done. So let's read the translation. Shastra Prabhu.
In a brilliant jewel-studded place in Dwarka, Krishna suddenly embraced by Rukmini, which caused goosebumps on his body and caused him to faint. This fainting was caused due to meditation on the sweet loving pastimes with Sri Radha that took place in a kunja on the soft banks of the Yamuna. May this fainting of Krishna protect the entire world.
May this fainting protect the entire world, but who will protect Krishna, dear devotees? It is he right now who needs a lot of protection. So, dear devotees, Sri Krishna's mind goes to the prema that he experienced in Braja. Love has never taken a straightforward path. Love always has a crooked path. In one of the plays, Shakespeare says the pathways of love are always crooked and never straight. But much before Shakespeare, Sri Rupa Goswami, 500 years ago, specified that the river of prema always moves in a crooked way. So this river of prema, dear devotees, you can see it has two embankments. Every relationship in this world needs two most important factors to survive. What are the two most important factors needed in a relationship for survival, dear devotees? Anybody can tell me? See, he knows already. Huh? Where did you hear it? So that's not fair. Huh? Separation and union are the two most important factors needed for any relationship to survive. Separation is very important. Very important. Let's say, Prabhu, your name? Rohinitullah Prabhu. Prabhu, we are friends, right? Yes or no? See? So, Prabhu, we are friends. You said we are friends. I want to come and stay at your place on one condition. Is it okay? Huh? He's not saying yes. Huh? You'll spend We'll spend the entire day together. You just have to speak to me, nobody else. All right? Huh? The entire day, just with me. All right? Nobody else. Okay? 3 days. I'll come and stay at your place. Is it okay? क्या मैं इतना बुरा हूँ? Am I so bad, Prabhuji? See, even he's thinking. Constant union destroys any good relationship, dear devotees. Therefore, every good relationship needs the other factor. What is the other factor? Separation. Union and separation are two most important factors needed to nourish a relationship. You can see the river of prema has two embankments. One is the embankment of separation, one is the embankment of union, and this is how prema flows between both embankments. Sri Rupa Goswami confirms this fact in his writings by specifying that both embankments are needed. This is a verse Sri Rupa Goswami is quoting from Bharat Muni. Originally, the author of this verse is Bharat Muni. I'll sing the verse, please repeat after me. Navina vipralambena sambhogah pushtimashnute kashaite hi vastradau भूयान रागो विवर्धते na vina vipralambena, without adding the harsh chemical of separation, sambhoga, union does not become tasteful. First you have to add separation, then meeting will become tasty, otherwise it doesn't become tasty. Rupa Goswami gives a traditional example. Previously, in the eastern side of India, they used to have the coloring industry, indigo, neil. In Bihar, they used to have a big industry for coloring in indigo, which is called as neil. So Rupa Goswami gives an example from that particular industry. Kashai tehi vastrada. You can take a cloth. If you want to have nice color on it, pakka, fixed color on it, you can't just apply color to it. Because if you just directly apply color to it, the color will come out good. But the next time you wash it, more than half the color will be washed away. Before you apply color, you have to apply the harsh chemical known as kashaya. In modern day, it is called as modern dye to fix the color fixer. It's a very harsh chemical. But if it is applied before applying the color, and then the color is applied, then the color stays permanently, dear devotees. So in order for a relationship to become tasteful, first and foremost, the harsh chemical of separation has to be applied. And then union has to happen. If union happens too easily, then the relationship will not become tasteful, dear devotees. This is the conclusion given by Srila Rupa Goswami. Shastra Sar Prabhu, kindly read the translation.
Without separation, union does not attain nourishment. The color on the cloth becomes extremely brilliant only when proper mordant dyes are applied to it.
So you can see, dear devotees, in the image, there are two clothes, one on which directly color was applied and then it was washed. That is the cloth on the right. How has the color come out on that cloth? It has faded out. And on the cloth on the left hand side, the harsh chemical was applied first and then the color was applied. How has that color come out? Brilliant. So see the examples that Rupa Goswami gives, such a brilliant personality in our sampradaya. We are eternally indebted to Sri Rupa Goswami. I would never want to take birth in a universe where Sri Rupa Goswami has not appeared. Dear devotees, can you imagine a universe where Sri Rupa Goswami has not yet appeared and Bhagavan says you to take birth in that universe? Never. If such a possibility is presented, immediately reject such a possibility. So then you have to do all the hard work of figuring all of this out. So we are so fortunate that we took birth in a universe where 500 years ago, Sri Rupa Goswami has already appeared. Yes. Oh, sure. I forgot the main ritual of a Zoom meeting. Sharing of screen. Okay. Now I have shared. Okay. So this, dear devotees, is what is needed. Our Sri Krishna's mind goes back to Vraja, where he is reminded that when he was first growing up in Vraja, for the first time, dear devotees, he experienced the first initial attraction towards Srimati Radharani. First, he was a child, Srimati Radharani also, and then both of them were growing up. At a particular age, both of them experienced the first attraction for each other. This attraction has been given a technical name by Srila Rupa Goswami. I will speak the technical name. You please repeat after me. It is called Purva Rag. So Purva Rag is a stage of separation. It is not a stage of union. What is it? A stage of separation. So we are beginning on which bank? Union or separation? Separation. That is the embankment on which we are going to begin. So we are beginning on the embankment of separation. Purva Rag is the stage of separation. What is Purva Rag, dear devotees? In order to define Purva Rag, we will take help from none other than His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada defines what is Purva Rag in his commentary to Chaitanya Charitamritam. He gives a technical definition. I'll make it simple for you. All right, dear devotees, please repeat after me. Pratirya Sangamat Purvam Darshana Shravanadija तयोरुन्मीलति प्राज्ञै पूर्वरागः स उच्यते. So the translation of this is given by Srila Prabhupada. We'll read the translation first, Shastra Sar Prabhu, then I'll explain because he's using some technical terms in the translation. Prabhupada translates it in his commentary to Chaitanya Charitamrita as follows. Prabhu, kindly read.
When attachment produced in the lover and the beloved, before their meeting by seeing, hearing, and so on, becomes very palatable by the mixture of four ingredients, such as vibhav and anubhav, this is called purvarag.
All right. Dear devotees, I'll explain what is Purvarag so that it becomes easy for all of us to understand. In the material world, there is a perverted reflection of Purvarag present. When young boys and girls, they grow up, the first attraction that they experience to each other, but they can't openly and freely speak to each other. Why? Because society is a hindrance in them speaking to each other. At least previously society, now I don't know, man. Sorry, I'm speaking in the wrong part of the world, but so at least previously the society used to be a hindrance in those of you who are from my generation, and previous generations, society used to be a hindrance in freely speaking of boys and girls. Nowadays, Purvarag is fully destroyed by modern society because as soon as a boy or girl are interested in each other, they go on Facebook, they find out, acha, type the name, acha, this is the person, and then they view 10 videos about that person, and 10 photographs. Nah, I don't like this person. Huh? Previously, you had to get married to a person to find out that you don't like them. Huh? Yeah. Huh? So nowadays, Purva Raga has been destroyed because society allows free mixing. But previously, at least, society used to be a hindrance in both of them meeting. So Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, the original Purva Raga in the spiritual world is between Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna. Both of them are growing up, and then gradually they experience the first attraction for each other, but they can't freely speak to each other from a distance. Sometimes they look from the corner of their eyes, and that too not constantly. If you constantly gaze, then other person will come to know this person has fallen for me. Okay? So this you cannot do. And then you have one or two friends, and you can ask, "Acha, you know about her?" Acha, acha. But no, you can't show too much interest because friend will say, why? Why? Says, okay? So this is the condition in Purva Rag, dear devotees. I hope everybody understands now what is Purva Rag. Okay? So this condition is going on, dear devotees. This is technically a stage of union or separation. Separation. So Prabhupada says before their meeting, attachment produced in lover and beloved before their first meeting is technically called as what? Purva Rag. All right. So, dear devotees, our Sri Krishna is experiencing Purva Rag, and this Purva Rag is given by Srila Rupa Goswami in the Padyavali. And let's see what is happening with Sri Krishna in Sri Vrindavan. This verse is in the meter Shardul Vikriditam, same as Shad Goswami Ashtakam. I'll try to sing it. Please repeat after me. वेदां प्लावित पाणि पद्म मुकुला प्रक्रांत कंपोदयान् विस्रस्ताम विजानतो मुरलिकां पादारविन्दोपरि लीला वल्गित बल्लवी कवलिता स्वान्तस्य वृन्दावने जियात्कं सरिपोस्त्रिभङ्गवपुषा शून्योदया भूत्कृते So Sri Rupa Goswami describes in the Padyavali, one fine day our Sri Krishna is on the banks of the Yamuna. And he is standing, and in his threefold forms he is playing the flute. Suddenly at a distance he notices that somebody is walking on the same way. Acha, who's coming on the same way? See, all of you know. Huh? So our Bhagwan, suddenly something starts happening to our Bhagwan. And that is described by Sri Rupa Goswami. Sveda plavita pani padma. His lotus hand suddenly starts sweating, dear devotees. Prakranta kampodayat. Suddenly the hand starts shivering, dear devotees. Visrastama vijanato. Suddenly something falls from his hand. What falls from his hand? Muralika is avijanato, doesn't even realize that it has fallen from his hand. Where does it fall? Padarvindopari, at his feet. Acha. Why has all of this weakness suddenly manifested in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, dear devotees? Why did this happen? Leela Valgita Ballavi. Because he saw Leela Valgita in a very nice manner. You know, some Ballavi, her name is not mentioned, but we know her name. She was coming swaying in a very nice manner. And because of that, Kavalita Swantasya, somebody became weak at heart, dear devotees. Who became weak at heart? Not Lord, he's not Lord here, dear devotees. Remove that term when you enter Vrindavan. Huh? Ah, Jiyat Kamsa repose, enemy of Kamsa. Dear devotees, Sri Rupa Goswami also takes a sarcastic pebble and throws at Krishna. All glories to the enemy of Kamsa. Huh? This person who did not become weak in front of Kamsa has suddenly become weak in Sri Vrindavan, dear devotees. Hang on. Jiyat Kamsa repose, Tribhanga Vapusha. Because in his threefold bended form, he had forgotten that the flute has fallen from his hand. Still, he wanted to impress the Ballavi, the gopi was coming, tried to play the flute, but nothing came out. Shunya Daya Putkriti. So, what came out from the flute was Shunya, zero. All glories to that enemy of Kamsa who played zero from his mouth, dear devotees, in order to try and impress Srimati Radharani for the first time. Dear devotee, it is very difficult for our Sri Krishna to attain success in his love attempts in Sri Vrindavan. Hmm? How many of you would like to fall in love with a God who's all perfect, never makes a mistake, never speaks lies? Please raise your hands. See, there is one. Oh no, I gave the incorrect answer. Oh, no. अच्छा 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 ठीक है no problem. We'll give another chance, Mataji, no problem. अच्छा. How many of you like to fall in love with a Bhagwan who always makes mistake, purposely lies, purposely, huh? Purposely pretends to cry when it is in fact his mistake? Dear devotees, how many of you would like to fall in love with such a Bhagwan? See, all of you are brainwashed cult members. Even after being told, you don't realize how brainwashed, all of you. So, this is the translation, Prabhu. Kindly read it.
The gracefully moving gopis captured Lord Krishna's heart. His hands perspired and trembled. Lord Krishna, whose form was bent in three places, was unaware that the flute had dropped from his lotus bud-like hands and fallen to his lotus feet. He began to blow into what he thought was his flute, but no sound emerged. All glories to that emptiness blowing from the mouth of Lord Krishna.
So this is what happened. Very rare painting, dear devotees. So you can see this is what happened at that particular point of time. This is Purva Rag in Sri Krishna. Now, does Purva Rag exist only in Sri Krishna or it also does in Sri Radha? Obviously, in love, both parties have to suffer equally, dear devotees. Right? So there is also Purva Rag in Sri Radha described by Sri Rupa Goswami in Padyavali. This is a verse in the meter Shikharini. I'll try to sing. Sri Radha that particular day came back to her home and described something to her friend. Her friend's name is Rupa Manjari, and who has become whom in Rupa Goswami, and therefore is able to compile all these verses. And Sri Radha has appeared as somebody. Who has she appeared as? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Rupa Goswami is narrating all these verses in Jagannath Puri to whom? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I hope you're able to understand. Life is a big circle, dear devotees. Sri Radha spoke this to Rupa Manjari in Dwapar Yuga. Rupa Goswami is speaking this to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga. I hope you're able to understand. It's a full circle, dear devotees. Gradually we'll connect all the dots. This verse is in the meter Shikharini. I'll try to sing. Please repeat after me. Puro nila jyotsna tadanu mriganabhi parimala तदोले लावेणु क्वणितमनु कांची कलरवा तदो विद्युद्वल्ले वलयित चमत्कार लहरी तरङ्गालावण्यं तदनु सहजानन्द उदगा. Sri Radha comes and says to Rupa Manjari, Are, I was, innocently walking on the path of Yamuna. Suddenly something happened today. I'm telling you, I'm very innocent. Huh? Suddenly something happened. What happened? Tell me. Puro Nila Jyotsna. In the far distance in the forest, I saw brilliant blue light. The devotees, how many of you have seen a brilliant blue light coming from a distance in the forest? Would you like to see? Look there. I was innocent girl. I got hopelessly attracted. What I didn't know. I started walking. Tadanu. And when I started walking, thereafter something happened. Mriganabhi parimalas. I suddenly got the fragrance of deer musk. My goodness. I was immediately captured by this fragrance. I kept walking. I thought something nice must be there. Tatoli lavenu. Gradually in my ears some sound of flute was entering. Tvanitamanu kanchi. When I walked further, I heard the tinkling of the sash of his bells, which was playing in tune with the flute. Suddenly, when I came near, Tato vidyudvalli valaita chamatkar lahari. I saw the most beautiful form. He was like a dark cloud. Each and every bodily part of his was exhibiting lavanya. Dear devotees, what is lavanya? No, 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 no. If lavanya is beauty, what is saundarya? Huh? Beauty. There is no term for lavanya in English. Rupa Goswami has given a separate definition for lavanya. Mukta phaleshu chhayaya staralatvam ivantara. Yad vibhati pratyangeshu lavanyam tadihochyate. When the radiance of a pearl comes out from each and every bodily limb of a person, and all of this combined radiance from each and every bodily limb enters into the eye and captures the viewer. This, dear devotees, is called as what? Lavanya. Nowadays, the materialists got a hint of this. So nowadays, makeup is not only about beauty, it's about radiance. Now, all the beauty products, it's not simply about beauty, it's about radiance, radiant beauty. So the origin they have stolen from somewhere, dear devotees. Tarangal Lavanyam. I saw this radiant beauty entering into my eyes. Tad anu sahajananda udagata. I was so naturally happy. But this person was so crooked. This person was so crooked. I was looking at him from a distance. Suddenly, he gave me a crooked sidelong glance, indicating that he has seen me. I had to run away from there at that point of time. Now I don't know what to do. I can't forget this person. I try very hard to forget this person. But now it's as if, there is a hook in my heart and it won't go away. What to do? This, dear devotees, is Purva Rag in which personality? Sri Radha. All right. So this is the translation of the verse. Kindly read, Prabhu.
Dear Sakhi, first I saw a splendid blue effulgence. Then I smelled the fragrance of deer musk. Then I heard playful flute music. Then I heard the sweet tinkling of a sash of bells. Then I saw waves of wonderful handsomeness, encircled by a stationary lightning flash. As a result of this, I experienced immense natural bliss within myself.
Dear devotees, this is the direct meaning of the verse. Often poets hide something behind the verse, which is not immediately obvious. In Sanskrit, it is called Vyanjana Vritti. Vyanjana Vritti means the indicated meaning which is present, which is not directly available by reading the direct meaning of the verse. Let me give you an example. For example, if I make a statement, okay, if I make the statement, this wall is off white. So that is the direct meaning. There is no hidden meaning behind this. This is called abhidha vritti. Direct meaning you have to take because direct meaning is obvious. And there is something called vyanjana vritti. The direct meaning is there, but behind the direct meaning, there is a hidden meaning. For example, if I go to a school and I say the school bell rang, direct meaning is school bell rang. But what is the indicated meaning? Ah, school is dismissed. At least those of us who are from India, we know, huh? School bell rang means school is dismissed, time to go home. But that was not specified. So that is indicated. That is called Vyanjana Vritti. So behind this poetry, there is some Vyanjana Vritti. There are two hidden meanings behind the poetry. I'll bring out both the meanings. Please hear carefully. Dear devotees, the first hidden meaning is some hunters catch their prey by sight. Some hunters catch their prey by fragrance. Some hunters catch their prey by sound. But there is one hunter who catches his prey by all senses combined. I hope you are able to understand. This is the first Vyanjana Vritti hidden behind the verse. Second, usually when a hunter catches his prey, the prey experiences immense suffering. But this is the first hunter, when he catches his prey, Sahaj Anand Udakat. The prey experiences immense happiness within their heart. How many of us would like to be caught by this particular hunter? See? So this is what you call Vyanjana Vritti. This is Purva Raga in Sri Radha. I hope you're able to understand. So, Sri Jiva Goswami says at this point of time in Gopal Champu that the opposite effect was achieved. He composes a verse in the meter Anushtup, standard meter of the Bhagavad Gita. Please repeat after me. Krishnasyanatra drikprantah sadvi shastra phalam smritam hantatasu punah soyam ebhi shastra phalam matam. Sri Jiva Goswami says, Krishnasya anyatra drikpranta. Let's say, Prabhu, one second, your name? Rohini Dulal. We are friends. Krishnasya anyatra drikpranta. Rohini Dulal Prabhu, if Krishna casts his sidelong glance on any person in the world, let's say today, tonight you are sleeping, suddenly you notice there is a presence in the room. You suddenly wake up and you see Shri Krishna is giving you sidelong glance. See what all the sadhus are saying. Yeah. Sadbihi Shastra Phalam. All the sadhus will say, Hari Bol, you got Shastra Phalam, the pointed end result of studying all the Shastra. Yes or no? All the Bhagavad Gita verses you studied, all Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, the final pointed end result was the sidelong glance of Krishna. Hanta, alas. But when the same sidelong glance falls on the gopis, the same sadhus say it is not Shastra Phalam, the pointed end of Shastra. Shastra Phalam. It is the pointed end of a sharp weapon, dear devotees. When the same sidelong glance falls on the gopis. For everybody else, it is Shastra Phalam. But when the same sidelong glance falls on the gopis, it turns into what? Shastra Phalam. The pointed end of a sharp weapon. This is the translation. Kindly read, Prabhuji.
A single sidelong glance of Krishna or any other person in the world is considered to be the sweet attainment of the one pointed end of all Shastras, scriptures. However, the same sidelong glance on the gopis is considered by them to be the painful attainment of the one pointed end of Shastras.
So this, dear devotees, is what happened at that particular point of time. Srimati Radharani is extremely eager to meet. Shri Krishna is extremely eager to meet. Nobody is making the first move. There is a deadlock. because both people have their ego. No, I will not speak first. No, I will not speak first. So there is a deadlock. Finally, Srimati Radharani's patience starts running out. And the extreme desire to meet is given by Sri Rupa Goswami in Padyavali in a verse. It is in the meter Vasanta Tilakam, same as Brahma Samhita. I'll try to sing. Please repeat after me. ताराभिसारक चतुर्थ निशा शशांक कामाम्बुराशि परिवर्धन देवतुभ्यम् अर्घो नमो भवतु मे सहतेन यूना मिथ्यापवाद वचसाप्यभिमान सिद्धि Srimati Radharani goes out on a particular night. This is the night of Ganesh Chaturthi. All right. This is the night of the Shukla Paksh, bright fortnight of the month of Bhadrapad, technically known as Ganesh Chaturthi. On this night, you are forbidden from doing one thing: seeing the moon. It is said that anybody who has Chandra Darshan, darshan of the moon, on this particular night gets immense ill reputation in society. And it is recommended in Shastra that anybody who by mistake happens to see the moon on the night of Ganesh Chaturthi should read the pastime of Samantak Jul in order to get cleared of this particular ill effect. So it is that night. Our Srimati Radharani is out in the open. Dear devotees. She looks directly at the moon. And then she says, Tara Bhisaraka, O Abhisarak, O lover of Tara. Because Tara, all the stars, our constellations, are wives of the moon. Hidden meaning, Tara is also a name of a gopi. Tara Bhisaraka, O Shri Krishna Chandra. Chaturtha Nisha Shashanka. You know what is Chaturtha Nisha? Fourth night. Shashanka, the moon. On the fourth night, the moon is fully seen or partially seen. At this point of time, Krishna is being fully seen or partially seen. I hope you're able to understand. Huh? There is wordplay going on everywhere. Chaturtha Nisha Shashanka. Kamambu Rashi Parivardhana. Oh, increaser of the ocean of desires within my heart. Oh, moon, I offer something to you. Moon will say, go back home. Huh? Come any other night. I will fulfill your desire. Why have you come on this most inauspicious of nights? Huh? Argho bhavo. I offer water to you. Usually moon becomes happy simply by getting a darshan of the devotee. Fulfills desire simply by getting a darshan. But she is also offering water. Argho bhavo bhavatu. What do you want? The only thing I can give you is ill reputation tonight. That's what I have come for. Me sahate nayuna. Mithyapavad. Mithyapavad. Let everywhere in Vrindavan the rumor spread that the son of Nanda Maharaj fell for the daughter of Maharaj Vrishabhanu. So that this person, in order to save his reputation, will finally come to clear the matter and speak with me. See, actually, I don't know what people are speaking about, and they are saying something about us. Have you heard? Yeah, I have heard. Huh? I asked for it. Mithyapavada vachasapyabhimana siddhi. Then my abhiman, then my desire will be fulfilled, because this person is not coming and speaking to me. So at least by your benediction, let rumor spread everywhere in Vrindavan that there is something going on between the son of Nanda Maharaj and the daughter of Maharaj Vrishabhanu. So this is the translation of the verse. Prabhu, kindly read.
O husband of the stars, O moon arising on the fourth night, of the bright fortnight of the Bhadrapad month. O augmenter of the ocean of romantic desires, I offer oblation waters unto you, so that rumors of my love affairs with the young Krishna may spread around, and through such rumors I may attain the fulfillment of my desires.
Dear devotees, very soon Shri Krishna Chandra himself arranged for fulfillment of these desires. Because Shri Krishna here, dear devotees. Acharya, wow, let me remove this. This is the pastime, dear devotees. Who knew? Huh? Wow, very nice. Dear devotees, you can see here in the painting. Those of you who cannot see here, you can see there. You can see here in the painting, Sri Krishna is lifting the Govardhan hill and all the gopis are freely glancing at him. Wow. Why? Because, he's performing such a wonderful feat of lifting the Govardhan hill. Now, who wouldn't want to look at such a person, that to glance freely at him? Srimati Radharani is just nearby and looking at him, glancing at him. Dear devotees, we have successfully moved from the embankment of separation to the embankment of the first meeting has taken place. Dear devotees, Srimati Radharani is looking freely at Shri Krishna. At this particular point of time, there is one gopi who comes from behind and tries to play a practical joke upon Srimati Radharani. This joke is recorded in the Padyavali. Dear devotees, this is in the Padyavali, in the meter Shardula Vikriditam, same as Shad Goswami Ashtakam. This is the last verse for today because I will leave you on the embankment of union, not on separation. All right? Tomorrow we will continue from here. But this is the last verse for today. Same as Shad Goswami Ashtakam, I'll sing. Please repeat after me. Duram drishti pathatiro bhava harer govardhanam vibratas. त्वयासक्तदृशा कृशोदरिकरा स्रस्तोऽस्य माभूदयम् गोपीनामिति जल्पितं कलयतो राधानिरोधाश्रयम् श्वासाशैलवरश्रमभ्रमकरा कंसद्विषः पान्तुबा So dear devotees, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is standing in the middle. He is lifting the Govardhan with his left hand. Srimati Radharani is standing next to him and glancing directly at him. Our Shri Krishna is also no less. He is also glancing straight at her, dear devotees. Suddenly, some gopi comes and tries to play a practical joke. Duram drishti pathat, get out of his path of vision. Oh Shri Radha, get away. Tiro bhava, you know what is tiro bhava? Disappear. Disappear from here. Why? Can't you see? Govardhanam vibratas. Our Hari is lifting. What is he lifting? Tvaya saktadri. If he becomes attached to looking at you, something will happen. Krishodari kara srasto. It will fall. Mahabudayam. Let it not be. Chalo, get out of here. Gopi namiti jalpitam. In this way, the gopis were doing prajalpa. Dear devotees. Acha, is there prajalpa in the spiritual world? Yes, of course there is. What is the highest point of Prajalpa? Do you know? Gali. You know what is Gali? Huh? How do you translate Gali? Slang. Slang is a very. During Holi, Sri Jiva Goswami says in Gopal Champu, there is Gali. There cannot be Holi in Vrindavan if there is no Gali. So there is, speaking of some abusive words at that point of time. Hmm? And also when Sri Krishna goes with his Gopa friends, every day they come across a valley and then they say, Haribol in the valley, Haribol, you know. Then the next thing is Gali. So the valley also gives Gali. I hope you have. So these pastimes are frequent in Sri Vrindavan. Gopi namiti jalpitam. The gopis were thus doing prajapa. Kalayato. Somebody heard. Sri Krishna heard. What did he hear? Radha Nirodha Shram. Radha is being prevented from standing here and being taken away. As soon as she was going away, suddenly our Sri Krishna, Shwasa. Oh my God, it's so heavy now. Oh no, no, you come right back here, Sri Ram. It seems that glancing at you is giving him some sort of energy, huh? Shwasa, Shaila Bharashrama Brahmakara. May this heavy breathing of Sri Krishna, oh no, no, Kamsa Dvisha, of the enemy of Kamsa, huh? Rupa Goswami also sarcastic pebble. This person never developed a heavy breath in front of Kamsa, but see how weak he has become in Sri Vrindavan. You know? This weak Bhagavan is the one we want, dear devotees. This is the weakness we would like to fall in love with. Well, outside Vrindavan, you can be Ugram, Viram, Mahavishnu, and Jwalantam, and Sarvatomukham. But inside Vrindavan, you have to be Unugram, Aviram, Laghu Vishnu. है कि नहीं, huh? And Sarvatomukham, everywhere are his faces. Wow, wow, wow. In Vrindavan, when Mother Yashoda shows her stick, can he look in her direction, dear devotees? No. All his conditions of Godhead are broken when he enters the boundary of Sri Vrindavan. That is the Bhagavan we want to fall in love with, dear devotees. That is the Gaudiya Vaishnava Bhagavan. If we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we should know who is our Bhagavan. Our Bhagavan is that imperfect personality who constantly lies, who constantly threatens others, who doesn't live up to his promises. Acharya of Bhagavad Gita who runs away from the battlefield. You know, when Kal Yavan came, what did Krishna do? I know. Acharya of Bhagavad Gita. On Gita is going to say, Yuddhe Chapya Palayanam. That a Kshatriya should never run away from battle. What? Achyut Kumar Prabhu. I have been in ISKCON for some 20 years, but what is the definition of Acharya? Huh? Tell me, na Prabhu. No, no, no. In ISKCON, we are told one definition. Who is Acharya? Anybody knows? One who teaches by example. Example. So, how is our Acharya of Bhagavad Gita? Is he living up to the title of Acharya? No, no krodha, no anger should be there, oh Arjuna. Acha. In Damodar Lila, who was the one to show anger, bite his lower lip, break everything? Who was the one? So you are Acharya Bhagavad Gita. No wonder nobody became devotee in Dwapar Yuga. Nobody became a devotee in Dwapar Yuga. Only when he strictly followed his teachings in Kali Yuga, people thought, okay, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is okay. No devotees were made in Dwapar Yuga. So this is the person that we want to fall in love with. And we love him because Srimati Radharani loves him, dear devotees. So this is the translation of the verse. Shastra Sar Prabhu, kindly read.
Please go far away from the path of Krishna's eyes. O slender girl, don't make Govardhan hill fall from his hand because he is absorbed in gazing on you. When Krishna heard the gopis' words to stop Radha, the hill began to slip from his hand. May those heavy sighs of Lord Krishna protect you all.
So what is not mentioned is he sighed and the heel started sleeping, but then because of that they bought somebody back. Whom did they bring back? Sri Radha. So that is not mentioned. That is Vyanjana Vritti. You have to understand, by the indications given in the poetry. In the end, it is said, may this heavy breathing of Sri Krishna protect all of you. So many times in the verses, may his arms protect you, may his heavy breathing, may the emptiness protect all of you. What is the meaning of all of this? So I'm explaining. May it protect you at the time when you need it the most, dear devotees. Please see all of yourself at your final moment of life, that you're taking a final few breaths in this world, and these are the final few breaths after which you will leave this planet. All the senses have stopped working. Devotees have put a picture of Krishna in front, but we can't see through the eyes. All the senses have stopped working. Devotees are chanting, but there's nothing being heard from the ears. There's a lot of disturbance. The most conscious part of the body, dear devotees, is the heart. This is where the greatest amount of consciousness is felt in the body. This is where the living entity resides. What is the function of heart? No, no. That's all. I'm trying to make a very serious point. I know. I'm not speaking about the muscle heart. I'm speaking about the subtle organ heart. To remember. What is the function of the heart? To remember. So let's come back to that serious point where we are having the final few breaths and no sense organ is working. The living entity is located in the heart, and the living entity is about to depart from the heart. We are about to leave this world, and the only function that is possible is smaran. And Sri Krishna has kept the condition of perfection on this function. Anta kalecha mameva smaran. This is the condition at the moment of death. At this particular point of time, may this heavy breathing of Krishna appear as a remembrance within your heart, so that your final breath you will take while remembering this. And when you close your eyes, next time you open your eyes, you will be in the direct presence of Sri Krishna. So I cannot conclude the lecture without giving thanks to Srila Prabhupada, because of whom I am existing on the path of bhakti. It is by his mercy that I came to the path. I was given a Prabhupada book, and that is how in 2001 I ended up in the temple and seeking devotional service. So it is by Srila Prabhupada's mercy that today I am present here. Dear devotees, it is by his mercy that in whatever I am doing today, it is his mercy and the mercy of the Guru Janas, my Shiksha Gurus. So I'd like to say, Yadatra Skhalitam Kinchit Vidvam Sah Purayantu Tat. Yadatra Saushthavam Kinchit Tad Guru Reva Mene. Yadatra Skhalitam Kinchit. If there's anything wrong in what I presented, anything mistaken, Vidvamsa, your learned people, please correct me. But Yadatra Saushthavam Kinchit. If there's anything nice, please remember, Tad Guru Reva. It belongs to my Guru Janas, my Diksha Guru, Sri Srimad Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj, my Shiksha Gurus, all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada are my Shiksha Gurus, all the God brothers of Srila Prabhupada, all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas from all families of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the past, in the future, and also in the present. All of you are also my Shiksha Gurus. It belongs to you. May not. It doesn't belong to me. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. So do we have time for Q&A? You have to tell me when to stop. Okay? I am very encouraged by Q&A. I love Q&A. All right. So yes, should we start? Should we? What should we do, Achit Kumar Prabhu? Okay. So we'll begin with Sukeshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I just wanted to know the difference between in the subtle bodies when we say mind, intelligence, and false ego. So mind concept, somewhat I understand, but isn't mind sometimes slash heart, or is heart different to mind? So are there four subtle bodies? Because we don't usually. It's always mind, heart, mind, heart. They just so. If you can give us some.
Yeah, there are three. Uh, what is chitta or consciousness has three divisions, which is called mana, buddhi, ahankar. So these are the three different aspects of chitta. Mana does sankalpa and vikalpa. Sankalpa means it has many choices, it selects one of them. Buddhi has the rationale, the deciding factor between good and bad. Ahankar is the I-ness, that I am the one who is thinking, I am the one who is feeling, willing. Beyond all of this is hrit or hriday, which is the repository of reminiscence. What is the difference between remembering and reminiscence? That will make the difference clear between mind and heart. Because mind remembers facts. Yesterday I was at Sacramento, today I am here. This is mind. But if yesterday a particular event occurred which, which moved me, which gave happiness to me, that is what you call reminiscence. Reminiscence is remembrance with rasa. That is a function of the heart. Remembrance is function of the mind. Smaran, you can perform with the mind. But anusmriti, sneha yukta smaran, that you have to perform with the heart. So that is the because where do you feel rasa? Do you feel rasa in the mind or do you feel rasa in the heart? In the heart. And that rasa overtakes all of your senses. So the part of the body where the living entity is where the rasa is felt. And that is what the Upanishad say, raso vai saha, rasam hi eva labdhva anandi bhavati. That only on experiencing rasa does the living entity become happy. But the living entity directly experiences rasa while residing within the heart. So the center of experience is heart. The center of facts and figures is the mind. That is the difference. Although sometimes both of them are interchangeably used. So I hope that clarifies the difference.
Thank you, Prabhu. I was just thinking that so when usually when they say about gross body, subtle body, heart is never mentioned.
Heart is not mentioned.
So basically heart is the soul's presence. It's the soul's. It is actually, should it be said, it's just literally the soul?
No, it is the soul which is basically situated there in Panchavayu, in the five life airs, Panchaprana. The soul is floating there in the Panchaprana along with the super soul there. And that is the center of experience of the living entity. That is where the soul is experiencing feel. That is the subtle heart. And the gross muscle, what you call heart, is what pumps blood into the body. That is a different heart. So modern science often doesn't differentiate between the muscle, which pumps blood, and the subtle element which feels, experiences rasa. It experiences material rasa, and it can also has the capacity, if Bhakti Devi is pleased, it also has the capacity to experience Bhakti ras. The devotees, did all of you feel some happiness today?
Yes.
You felt pulled out of Bay Area into a different world? Yes. If you felt any happiness today, you have to do something. Don't be selfish. Offer all that happiness to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All right. Originally the verses were recited for whose pleasure? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we cannot be a thief, actually. So all of that happiness has to be offered to somebody. Because I will tell you the reason tomorrow why it has to be offered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But today you just accept what I am saying. Offer all that happiness to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you felt some sadness, how many of you felt a little sadness? Not till now. Tomorrow I'll make you feel. Okay? Tomorrow I'll make you feel. No problem. If you feel some sadness, empathize with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's important to feel sadness. And when you will feel sadness, you will understand what a big joy it is to experience sadness towards Sri Krishna. And therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spent the final years of his life experiencing sadness, experiencing separation, not experiencing union. So we have to have an experience of separation. A little bit of experience can be had by following in the footsteps of Sri Rupa Goswami. What I am doing is a very, very mellowed down version of what used to happen at Gambhira. It's a very, very mellowed down, diluted version of what used to happen at Gambhira. It give you a faint idea of what used to take place in that particular place 500 years ago, dear devotees. Fortunately, the verses have survived, and we have the verses. They're meant for us. So let's relish them so that this is immediate progress on the path of feeling I and mine in relationship with Krishna. So Krishna will remain that distant Bhagavan on the altar. So pranam Krishna, you are good, I am good. Okay, Aisa. So let's not have Krishna, that Krishna in our lives. Krishna should be a part of our heart. Our personal feelings should be involved in Sri Krishna. Until that doesn't happen, we have not made advancement. We have not made advancement. All this so-called social life, dressing in fancy Indian clothes on Sunday, it's all good, huh? But as long as Sri Krishna has not made an entry into the pathways of the heart and our personal feelings are not involved with him, till that point, actually advancement has not begun. So this I would like to convey. And if this seminar is able to bring, this two-part seminar is able to bring you closer to that point, that is the success of my effort. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. So any other query? Yes, Mataji. Your good name? Anand Vrindavan, Mataji. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So I have a follow-up question to Mataji. So then is it what you said, heart? Is the chitta or consciousness?
Chitta is a sum totality of mana, buddhi, ahankar.
Okay.
That is what chitta is.
Mhm.
Chitta experiences the after effects of what the heart experiences. When the heart is sad, mind also becomes agitated. I hope you're able to. Buddhi is affected. Ahankar also gets a severe beating when the heart is sad. So chitta experiences the after effects of that.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Another question, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Like as we are discussing Radha Krishna pastimes, so sweet pastimes. Today I got a question from one person who is being influenced by another faith, saying that, oh, your God is doing dance with so many gopis and all that. And how should she,
We are,
convince them that no, our God is
no, we are
real God.
proud of that.
Yeah.
We are proud of the fact. दान केली कलौ लुप्त धर्म मर्यादयोर भजे Radha Kama Moha Lobha Dambha Madanitam. Jiva Goswami says we worship the lust, the anger, the greed, the pride of the divine couple that is exhibited in pastimes such as Dan Leela, Man Leela, all these Leelas. That is it's our highest object of worship. So there are some people who are Bahirmukh. The only idea of God that they can have is an all perfect God who never lies, who never, to them that those ideas of God should be presented. Such people are not eligible for understanding what is the actual, the original personality of Bhagavan. So for the time being, such people should be given the Aishwarya concept of Bhagavan. They should be told about Bhagavan in Vaikuntha. They should be told how is Ugram, Viram, Mahavishnu, Jwalantam, Sarvatomukham. They should be told everything about Mahatmya of Bhagavan. And this Mahatmya is expressed in many places in the Srimad Bhagavatam and literature such as Aishwarya Kadambini of Sri Baldev Vidyabhushan, etc. Many literatures have this. Such people are Bahirmukh right now. If we want to make them Antarmukh, we have to give them some time and some good association. So instead of debating such a person, we should show them the opulent aspects of Bhagavan. And we should tell them one opulent aspect of Bhagavan was seen during Damodar Leela, where Bhagavan is localized yet all pervasive. We should tell them about this particular pastime where Bhagavan is simultaneously localized yet all pervasive. Na chantar na bahir She tried to tie the rope around him. Actually, he is all around the rope. How can the rope be all around him? I hope you're able to understand. Huh? He is all around the rope. He is the rope. So how can he be tied by himself? It's not possible that he'll be tied by himself. So when you start giving such descriptions to them, then they will understand that when it comes to describing Aishwarya, we are still the number one sampradaya in the world because the way we described Aishwarya is like nobody else. In the Bhagavad Sandarbha of Sri Jiva Goswami, the entire Aishwarya of Bhagavan is described to the fullest possible extent. And this should be studied and spoken, because we should also know how our Bhagavan is the Supreme Personality. But that is not the end of our knowledge. Finally, we don't want to fall in love with that Bhagavan. Finally, we want to fall in love with this. So that I hope that clarifies. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Mataji. Ananga Sundari Mataji. Yes.
Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for the amazing class. Prabhu, you mentioned your theme for this class was embankment of union and separation. Is it because in Dwarka or Mathura Leela there is no union and separation? That is why in Vrindavan it's Madhurya. And you did touch upon the Vrindavan mood a lot, talking about like how Sri Krishna never built a palace for Radharani or gopis. Can you elaborate on more Madhurya of
If this is
Vrindavan?
going to come up tomorrow, because he's good in Vrindavan, all the sweet pastimes are going on. We are laughing and we are happy. But there's going to come a day when that person will come to Vrindavan who is named the exact opposite of who he is. Akrura is the only person in the Bhagavatam whose name is the exact opposite of his character, dear devotees. God knows who named him Akrura, but his name is the exact opposite of his character. When he comes, things change a lot. And then I'll have to bring in some more commentators at that point of time. So I'll discuss that tomorrow. In Dwarka, Shri Krishna goes away for brief periods of time to Hastinapur. When he goes away, that is called as Pravas. So we'll discuss tomorrow what is Pravas. And we'll also, but what the Pravas which Vrindavan Vasis have experienced is a different type of Pravas. And that also will be brought about tomorrow. Because Dwarka Vasis know Krishna will return. That hope is not with the Vrajavasis. That hope is no longer there. We'll see tomorrow what it is, what they're experiencing. What is the glory of their love? Actually, it is very difficult to understand. But still, this concept of embankment, both embankments, was given by my Shiksha Guru, Sri Srimad Gaur Govind Maharaj. I have to give credit where it is due. This concept was given by him. He wanted that devotees should discuss something about these topics, because our society will attain prestige when all the topics under the umbrella, not only ABC, but XYZ and everything in between, is available under the umbrella of Srila Prabhupada's institution. Otherwise, other people will say, you just do the basics all the time. 16 plus 4 and you are not the body. I say, yeah, this is all that is taught. So, so in order to counteract this, he himself spoke a lot of Katha, and he also wanted that some Katha should be spoken specifically for the devotees. So that is the attempt here. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you for the class, Prabhu. One, it's a rather silly question, if you will. So we came across the two words, Kamsadvisha and Kamsaripu. Why did Rupa Goswami use those specific words when the pastimes happened in Vrindavan and Kamsa's pastimes happened future? If you can just elaborate.
That's because I'll tell you why he's using these words. It's a confidential thing, but I hope you will be able to understand it. Rupa Goswami's aim is to speak these pastimes in front of whom? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Radha and Krishna. But this time, whose mood is there? I hope you are able to understand. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hears, actually Srimati Radharani's mood is being nourished. And Srimati Radharani loves to hear the fact that this person was at his weakest in Sri Vrindavan. And anything which adds to that is favorable for Sri Rupa Goswami. I hope you are able to understand. Bada Maharaj in Dwarka, he is not Bada Maharaj. We know who he is. He is that weak-hearted person in Vrindavan. Don't think after going to Dwarka he became Bada Maharaj. No, 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 no. Therefore, the first verse I brought out his exact weakness. In Dwarka, what happened? I started with Dwarka, right? It's important to understand how he was weak. Because unless we understand the weakness of Bhagavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will not be happy. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be happy, we will be happy. That is the reason why these words have been put there. It is for the pleasure of the person who is going to listen. He is Bhagavan's choicest poet, Rupa Goswami. And I'll specify that also tomorrow. Something will come up. All right. So I hope that satisfies your query. Okay. Prabhu, you have to tell me when yes.
Thank you so much, Roji. Roji, in one of the beginning verses, when Rukmini Devi embraces Krishna from backside, Krishna faints. And at the end of the verse, it was mentioned that may the painting of that Krishna protect the whole world. I couldn't comprehend that sentence, bro. We can elaborate.
Yeah. Why did Krishna faint?
Because he remembered
whom?
Radharani.
Obviously. So let the entire world remember this.
Got it.
Who was Krishna's first love in life? And let this fact protect the entire world, the devotees. Because the world has long forgotten. I'll ask you a simple question, Prabhuji. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, is the name of Krishna's parents mentioned?
Yes, bro.
Nanda and Yashoda's name is mentioned?
Yes.
Krishna's friends Subal, Sridama, they are also mentioned?
Yes.
Right? Rohini's name is mentioned?
Yes.
Devaki Vasudev's name is mentioned? Any Gopi's name is mentioned?
No.
Why? What wrong did they do?
Because of Sukadeva Goswami may enter ecstasy.
So those are secondary reasons. Because Shukdev Goswami will. Acha, on speaking may name of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj and all that ecstasy is not there, huh? Whom are we? Huh? The commentators are very good in giving these reasons. Huh? Their name doesn't deserve to be mentioned.
They deserve to.
Deserve to be mentioned. Why is it not mentioned? So this is very important. This is a burning point in our hearts. Those who were most selfless for Sri Krishna, their names are not mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. First thing he told Rupa Goswami, write everybody's names. Everybody's name should be written. Radha Krishna Ganodesh Deepika. The whole family tree should be mentioned. Lalita, Vishaka, Tunga Vidya, everybody's name should come out. And form a sampradaya based, all the ladies should get the names, Because otherwise, Bhagavatam, according to Bhagavatam, if we go, his only love was in Dwarka. And gopis were a temporary love interest. And that is not what it is supposed to be. Some justice is needed here.
Thank you so much.
I hope that answers your
Yes.
query. Right. Okay. Yes. Hare Mayapur Vyari Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for taking us in the spiritual limb, Prabhu. Very grateful, wonderful, sweet lecture. Prabhu, a question. Hearing about Krishna's pastimes, especially such Vrindavan pastimes, are so sweet, so madhurya. And as a sadhak, aspiring devotee, we do have to read and study in a structured format, starting with Bhagavad Gita. I mean, all the stuff. But somehow, when it comes to the Leela aspect, when I go to dhams and discussing or talking about the dham Leelas, it is at a different level. Suddenly, the interest level rises. But at the same time, knowing our current position and self, we have to do a structured reading, or we have to do it otherwise. Even Srila Prabhupada cautioned against that many times. So what is the general advice? I mean, one you have to do it as a duty, I feel, okay, you have to do. The other is rasika. How do you balance the two?
Prabhuji, anything which is worthy of pursuing in life is something which will put you off balance. I hope you're able to understand. I'll repeat the sentence. Anything worthy of pursuing in life is worthy of losing your balance for. I will not give my reply. I will give a reply by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, because he is the strictest acharya when it comes to discussion of pastimes. The strictest acharya. He's sitting right here, he's behind me. If I speak something wrong, he will hit me with a stick on my head. But what was his clear opinion about these particular pastimes? One particular year in 1932, he took a pilgrimage to Vrindavan, and finally, after touring all the places, they ended up at Radha Kund. At Radha Kund, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur began to speak something. What he spoke at Radha Kund, I have with me, and I will specify that. And I will also share my screen so that those who are online can see. Yeah. So Prabhuji, you have to read the words of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. In Radha Kund, he began to speak on something which surprised everybody. He began to speak on Ashtakaliya Leela, the eightfold pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna, which are most confidential from Govinda Leelamrit. Everybody got surprised. Is this Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur? Then he specified something. This is his words, Prabhuji, kindly read.
All these days we have not spoken about the Ashtakaliya Leela, conjugal eightfold pastimes of Radha Krishna. But this is our most confidential asset. This is our only sadhyai, perfection. One should not make the mistake of thinking that anartha nivritti, overcoming impediments such as lust, etc., is the prayojan, goal of bhakti. One thinking like this will never enter into artha pravritti, acquiring one's actual need.
So, yeah, one should not make the mistake of thinking that simply getting rid of negatives is the goal of bhakti. Anybody who keeps thinking like this will never actually enter into the positive sphere. What is the positive sphere? Artha pravritti. That is, you at certain point of time, you start pursuance of your ultimate goal of life. That is what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted to indicate. Because he was not a person who was going to prevent everybody permanently. People have this impression of him that he permanently forbade everybody. But he expressed his own mind in his direct words. Kindly continue reading, Prabhu.
I will now begin speaking about the Ashtakaliya Leela.
Okay, please continue.
I know that you are not ready to hear it, but we should know that such a transcendental ideal exists within the realm of devotion. Beyond the realm of anartha nivritti is artha pravritti, pure conjugal service to Radha and Krishna.
So beyond anartha nivritti, beyond removing the negatives, there is acquiring the positive. And that positive is acquired by following the previous acharyas. Okay, please continue to read.
This is the transcendental reality. If you do not know of this transcendental realm, then all our efforts may end in nirvisheshavada, impersonalism.
Yes. If we don't know this, all of our ultimate efforts will neti, no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit, no. What is yes? I hope you're able to understand, huh? If we always focus on the nose, we will end up in nirvisheshvad, impersonalism. Then what is the positive thing to acquire in spiritual life? Please continue.
Do not let your day pass in simply trying for an artha nivritti. Artha pravritti is also necessary. Anartha nivritti is necessary only until artha pravritti has started. When artha pravritti is present, anartha nivritti becomes unimportant and artha pravritti becomes prominent.
Still the question is not answered. Who can listen and who cannot listen? Who should know and who should not know? Then he gives a fixed number. Please read.
Those who have chanted Harinam for 15 or 20 years should know such things.
Okay. How many here have chanted for 15 years? Please raise your hands. Don't say I am trying to chant. Don't give, all right? Please be honest. Huh? How many here have chanted for 15 or 20 years? Right? Acha, 15 or 20 years for hearing Ashtakali Leela. Today I'm not speaking Ashtakali Leela. All right? Huh? What I was speaking was much, much more on the preliminary level. Hmm? Those who have chanted for 15 years should know directly Ashtakali Leela. That is what he's trying to say here. He sets a number limit now. Now we know, because if you go to many devotees, they'll say you are forever unqualified, don't ever try to touch it, and unless you are fully free from negatives, unless uneartha nivritti has fully happened, don't even dream of these pastimes. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives us a nice danda on the head and says, if you try to do only anartha nivritti, you will end up in nirvisheshwar. At some point of time, artha pravritti has to begin. And he also specifies the number. This is from his 1932 lecture. Please continue to read, Prabhuji.
The beginners did not hear these topics or they will misunderstand. These topics are for certain audiences, not for all.
So Ashtakaliya Leela, the most confidential that is described in literature such Govind Leelamrit, Krishna Bhavnamrit, etc. They are for certain audiences, not for all. But today I am not describing Ashtakaliya Leela. I am mainly describing separation. Today we did Purvarag. Purvarag is a stage of union or separation. You see, in the verses of Rupa Goswami, there is no ashlilta, there is no vulgarity in any of the verses. All the verses which will be covered, there is no, that there is no feeling of vulgarity involved in any of them. So that the sweetness is of the emotions of separation and union. That sweetness we need to experience. If we keep ourselves deprived of that, then where is the question of advancement? Advancement begins when we do something positive. Advancement doesn't begin when we keep scraping our heart with the sandpaper of negatives. That is not advancement. Advancement has to begin at a certain point of time. And therefore I said, my Shiksha Guru is the one who gave the concept of the embankments of union and separation. He always wanted in our society these topics should be discussed. Why? Because devotees at certain point of time will feel the need that where is the advancement? What next? The mind has a tendency of asking one question. What is that question? What next? This is the answer to what next.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Like Alex, yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, thank you so much, Prabhu, for the nectar. It's you have taken us into an ocean of waves of nectar. And each time you come, you give that enthusiasm and encouragement and that bliss to all of us. So, Prabhuji, apart from our sadhana that we do based on what you have shown here, what else can we do, Prabhu, other than our 16 rounds chanting and our regular services in the temple and, of course, our work? And what else can we do to enter into these pastimes? What are some of the things that we can do?
So the recommendation has to come straight from Srila Prabhupada. I'll give the direct recommendation of Srila Prabhupada. What are we supposed to do? Because once he gives the recommendation, then everything will be clear. So nothing from my opinion. My fertile brain may give some recommendation, tomorrow it may fail. Again, huh? What is tried and tested, I have to tell you, that I will tell you. And then you will see that it is exactly matching with what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has told. So I consider this to be one of the most important purports written by Srila Prabhupada. I will specify this. This occurs in the Upadeshamrita, Nectar of Instruction, verse number 8. I will also share my screen so that those who are watching online can see. In Nectar of Instruction, I'll say other books. Nectar of Instruction, verse number 8, purport. I will specify something which Srila Prabhupada has given. He begins with the neophyte stage. I consider this to be one of the most important purports, Prabhu. You kindly read, Prabhuji, this paragraph. I will explain line by line.
In the neophyte stage, one should always engage in hearing Krishna Katha.
Ah.
This is called Shravana Dasha, the stage of hearing.
Okay. In the neophyte stage, Prabhupada is saying, I am giving the reference. In the purport to the 8th verse of Nectar of Instruction, he is saying, in the neophyte stage, the neophyte should do something. What should the neophyte do? Always engage in hearing what?
Krishna Katha.
Direct Krishna Katha, dear devotees. And did Srila Prabhupada write a book for direct Krishna Katha for the neophytes? Krishna book. Direct Krishna Katha, because many times we keep people devoid of direct Krishna Katha. Some new person comes, is going to die 2 years. Huh? Destiny has it that this person is going to die in 2 years. Are we going to keep him devoid of Krishna Katha? Should we keep him devoid of Krishna Katha? No. Every newcomer should have direct access, some form of direct access to Krishna Katha, direct Krishna Katha. This is called as which Dasha? Shravan Dasha, the stage of hearing. Stage 1 has begun. All right, please continue.
By constantly hearing the transcendental holy name of Krishna and hearing of his transcendental form, qualities, and pastimes, one can attain to the stage of acceptance called Varana Dasha.
All right. When one constantly hears Krishna Katha, when one constantly hears Krishna Lila, gradually the devotee comes to the point wherein he thinks, actually, I want to enter into a relationship with this personality of Godhead because it's many qualities I've heard now. Now I want to pursue an active relationship with this person. So you have successfully entered into the second stage. What is the second stage called as?
Varana Dasha.
Varan. Varan means acceptance. We know Swayam Vara, acceptance of. So Varan Dasha, acceptance. The devotee accepts Krishna as the main goal of life. Krishna also accepts the devotee because the devotee gets initiated at this point of time. Varan Dasha take place. All right, please read ahead.
When one attains this stage, he becomes attached to the hearing of Krishna Katha.
Okay. In this stage, he becomes interested in the details because love is in the details. And it's not that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. आगे मुझे कुछ नहीं आता. I don't. ऐसा नहीं. Huh? Every little detail about Krishna, this devotee tries to know because he now is interested in the personality of Krishna. Prabhupada says becomes attached to hearing of Krishna Katha. I'll scroll little down. Yeah, Prabhu, kindly read.
When one is able to chant in ecstasy, he attains the stage of Smarana Avastha, the stage of remembering.
Gradually, something has to begin. Which stage has to begin? Smaran. You began with Kirtan, Shravan and Kirtan. Shravan and Kirtan ultimately have to lead you to one stage. What stage is that? The path of progress has to go through Smaran. International Society for Krishna. Smaran is there in the name of the society. You can't escape the fact that Smaran is such an important part of our daily practice. Gradually, Smaran starts happening. Okay. Now, Smaran happens in 5 stages. What are the 5 stages?
Recollection, absorption, meditation, constant remembrance, and trance are the 5 items of progressive Krishna Smarana.
So 5 levels. Level 1 is very basic, recollection. Where you can easily remember sitting at one place, even if some distractions are there. Stage 1. Which pastime can we remember just casually sitting? Actions in one place. Take a few minutes every day and focus on that same pastimes. That is stage 2, dharana. Stage 3, you become focused on one particular pastime because that is what attracts you the most. That is called dhyan. Stage 4, the pastimes keep coming spontaneously to you. Your remembrance becomes more intense. It is called dhruva anusmriti, constant fixed remembrance. Stage 5, samadhi. Only Shri Krishna and his pastimes are in the mind. Everything else is out of the mind. Samadhi. So these are the 5 items of progressive Krishna Smaran. Okay. Now Prabhupada describes all of them. So we'll quickly go through all of them. Please read, Prabhu.
At first, remembrance of Krishna may be interrupted at intervals.
This is stage 1. All right.
But later, remembrance proceeds uninterrupted.
This is stage 2. Okay.
When remembrance is uninterrupted, it becomes concentrated and is called meditation.
Stage 3.
When meditation expands and becomes constant, it is called anusmriti.
Stage 4.
By uninterrupted and unceasing anusmriti, one enters the stage of samadhi or spiritual trance.
Stage 5. All right. This is when your All right. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki, Jai Gaur Premanande. Thank you, thank
His
you.
Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu ki. Yeah.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Up to some session tomorrow, please come. All right, huh? It's an open invitation for suffering, dear devotees. Okay.